We are finally back. So, today I want to talk about the 70 hours, nearly 70 hours I spend to write my article. Regardless of the topic, regardless of the why, regardless of my motives, there's 5 things that I've learned through doing. I did not read them in a textbook or somewhere on Reddit, and here's how it goes. The first thing, I have two warnings to you. The first, if you are merely paraphrasing what you're reading, if you can write it, just use ChatGPT straight away. It's almost in every course I encountered in college about writing, like scientifically or academically in general, they always got this first introduction about plagiarism. Don't you dare steal something or just use somebody else's word as yours. Make sure to do the citation right. But hey, you can do all of that if you just paraphrase well. The problem with paraphrasing is that it is really good if you're just having an assignment and you just wanna, finish it. The problem with paraphrasing now is we have too many tools to do it, much better than us, and we can specify the style. Any large language model can do that. Matter of fact, a built-in Python script can do it for you if you just even get it from GitHub. If you are merely paraphrasing, do not do it. Use ChatGPT. The second thing is, if you're writing and you're not feeding your curiosity with what you're writing, do not do it. And this will reflect an underlying problem as, it's just an assignment in this course, in that college, in that university, that I don't even need to be part of. That's a huge underlying problem, and I do not wish it on my enemies. But it's the rule of thumb. If you are writing about something you do not care about, use ChatGPT. Humanize the text somehow. Is this like a detrimental? No, because your time is precious. Just ask yourself, if I have only 3 hours in that day, can I work on some assignment or use and leverage a tool that was used for these situations? If you're not curious about what you're writing, use ChatGPT. But on the other hand, if you're not barely paraphrasing and you're actually learning and observing and trying to make that which you're reading, these pieces of information, is part of you, and you're feeding your curiosity with it, like you're doing actually that thing, here's 2 things for you. As you're doing that, your body gonna be so happy. Matter of fact, your dopamine level will spike because the dopaminergic endogenous cycle gonna just work. The reward system gonna work. You're doing that which you want. For the first time in a while, you are using your autonomy, your self-law. You're governing yourself. You're putting yourself in a place where you would like to be. Even reading about something that you actually want to read. Instead of the graveyards of PDFs that I'm sure you have, because I do have it. And what is personal is universal. When your dopaminergic system works, you will do much better, as reinforcement, so this pushes you forward. But at some point, your body gonna stop, because it assumes that is what you do now. This is the default, and here you're gonna experience the depth, the fade of motivation. And oh boy, about the fade of motivation, you will be left with a incomplete draft. The hobgoblin, the intellectual hobgoblin, let's say, is gonna be looking at you from each corner, gazing and hunting into you. I don't remember who said it, but there's this quote that says, the road to hell is paved by incomplete work. So if you have your incomplete work as this draft, this is your first step in your personalized hell. So you have to finish it. At this point, it's an obligation. And for me, I continue out of self-respect. so I can build my self-resilience. I don't want to be shallow. Oh, motivation, let's do it. Shiny object syndrome, let's change the direction. No, I would like to finish what I start. So that is what you do. The dip happens. Continue out of self-respect. Number 4. When you are in the dip, your body or your mind or whatever it is will just trick you in this endless abyss of productive procrastination. It is like, well, what about trying a new software to write in? Oh, you're writing in Word? What about Obsidian? Do you know that you can integrate Obsidian with Zotero? Do you know that you can customize your own templates? Oh, but you just have to learn some CSS and watch like 4 hours YouTube video for it. This all form of productive procrastination is not needed. It's not necessarily. What is your objective? You need to write to feed your curiosity and to own this piece of information. So it does not matter if you're using lavender to highlight or purple, because I have seen people just changing the numbers and CSS and regarding which highlight that they're gonna use. That maybe can take 4 hours. How many words or paragraphs you could have written in 4 hours? Focus on the goal. We write. Why we write? 2 reasons. 1, to change our perspective. We write so we can get rid of this part of us who is like a lay person, naive, and build something that we need to act through in the world. The functional self, let's say. And then we rewrite so we can change other people's perspective. Number 5. It's funny because as I was writing, I had this idea that I had to stand up on this whiteboard for 40 minutes, and I made a huge diagram, and then I just went back a bit, like stood here, took a deep breath, and something clicked. It was the novel thing. I've seen something that nobody saw in the literature. It was something novel. And I was like, oh boy, looks like I made it. I got something novel. In the evening of that day, I found my novel idea published a decade ago. Not only that, but the title of that article was the same title I had in mind. So, the observation here is, you nearly will never get a novel idea. And that's a bad news. The good news is, you do not have to. We write so we can, regarding what we can do, but we write so we can find that which is valuable and then change our perspective toward that value. And then we rewrite so we can change other people's perspective. Because we're trying to feed curiosity and we're not merely paraphrasing. And yeah, that's it for today, people. See you on the other one.